came first, the chicken or the egg? Apparently scientists have solved this age-old conundrum to determine the answer to this question. I'm not quite sure why this particular question mattered in everyday life. I'm pretty sure the question only came about because a bunch of scientists one afternoon found themselves bored with nothing to do. However, it is these kinds of questions which help us feed our appetite for bringing some order to an otherwise chaotic world. The general question is, of course, what is the true order of things? In the business world, order out of chaos tends to equal profits, particularly when you know what causes a result to occur. But here's the thing, even though we want more order in our business lives and we know following tried and tested formulas tend to produce positive results, we still fall into similar bad human habits. I seem to remember Robert Cialdini describing in his book Influence about the psychological traps we set for ourselves because we have to make decisions in an environment which is always changing and moving forward. Stress, anxiety, and a little bit of greed, among other emotions, cause us to make really bad real-life decisions. And these bad decisions get worse when others around us seem to be winning with the same types of decisions, which causes us to go with the masses. This is how economic bubbles are created. Do you remember the dot-com bubble? You do remember? Good. You will obviously remember how everyone and their cousin either had a website or was invested in a website stock. Prices of all things digital were going through the roof. Local banks resembled go-go bars. You did not have to show anything real to get funding, you just had to mention a few choice words and phrases for bank managers to throw money at you. With 2020 hindsight, the reasons for the mania are all clear to see now, in the clear light of day. The dust has settled and it is obvious to us a lot of people were caught in a psychological trap of investing in this thing called the internet, even though we did not know how it works and may never know how it truly works. Everyone is successful with it, so why not enter the rush before the chance goes away? What a lot of people failed to see at the time was the internet was only part of a larger picture when it came to business and how we as humans interact with one another. Even today, you will catch people using the term internet business as if it is an end in itself. The truth is, the internet is only a cog in the machine of a well-oiled business. It is part of the structure of a business. The parts which are foggy to most people during the internet bubble were the boring old business parts, the parts which are always present in a real business, the business goals and the business strategy. The business goal can be described best as your final destination, and most businesses are going to have smaller goals, all moving in the same direction to accomplish the bigger goal of the company. Smaller goals tend to be called objectives. If a goal is the destination, your strategy can be described as the answer to the following question. How are we going to get there? Are we going to go by air, by sea, or by land? Choosing any one of these methods is going to determine what needs to be built, what structure to build to get to the destination in that way. If we choose to travel by air, a helicopter or a plane has to be built. If we choose to travel by sea, a boat or submarine is suitable. Say by car, well, that means you're traveling by land. The point is, the structure you build has to follow the strategy. It cannot go the other way. If we choose to build a Ferrari, which is a fast luxury car, this would be a poor choice if the destination required a boat to cross the water. The same is true for using a form or media, such as the internet. You have to make sure it plugs into where your business is heading. Is it the right vehicle for that part of the journey? And as it turns out, the boffins discovered it was the chicken which came first. Go figure.